What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a updated poster, a new poster for I feel is going to be a disappointment. What I feel is going to be a waste of time. While I don't think it's going to be a full waste of time, I do think there will be some scenes that will be good. I do think there will be some kill scenes that will be good. But the overall end-to-end film, I don't think it's going to be as good as many people are expecting. I think some people are thinking they're going to see that same thing that they saw with Scream, right? When Scream was, making its, I guess, kind of comeback in a more modern take. I think many people are expecting the same thing is going to happen here. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna see the film. So let me just put that out there. Even though I've been dogging this film, I'm a fan of the original film. The second film, not so much. It was okay. The third film, absolute trash. I think the third film is mostly and vastly forgotten about. Many people only ever referred to the first two films. But yeah, even though I've been dogging on this film, and I'm going to be dogging on it here in a moment, because I think there's something happening here which I don't necessarily like, and we've seen it happen recently with the reboot, the new take, whatever, of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I'm gonna watch the film because, like I say, I always give every film and TV series a chance to win me over. So if I'm wrong and this turns out to be a banger, I will absolutely come back on here when I do my spoiler review and say, hey, I was wrong. That was a great film. They brought a lot of things back to this. They gave it some new life. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can carry forward with this. If that happens, I will absolutely be the first one to put that video up and eat crow on that. So no problems there. But in the same breath, if I'm right, I'm also not going to come here and be like, hey, I told you so. I won't do the I told you so video, but I will still come up here and be like, yeah, that was a trash movie. So, new I Know What You Did Last Summer poster features Cass and the Fisherman. Okay, so I've briefly seen this poster, and the reason, and this is not a very long article, and you're thinking, wow, you're actually doing a video on a poster. There's a reason why I'm doing this video for this poster, okay? So, you get the ending you deserve with the new poster for I Know What You Did Last Summer, which harkens back to the artwork of the 1997 original. Of course it harkens back to that, because so does the synopsis for this film. And I've said this before, when we got the full synopsis of this film, which I don't know if this article has, but if it does, you can literally take that, print it out, or just get out of your chair. If you have a copy of it, go grab the VHS, go grab the DVD, go grab the Blu-ray copy of the original I Know What You Did Last Summer film from 1997. Flip it around, look at the back of it, read that synopsis, or hold it up to your screen, hold it up to the printed copy of this one, and it's going to read pretty much the same. Even the trailer we saw, and the first set of images where we see the new group of friends all standing on the edge of a cliff looking over the cliff. And instead of like in the original film that they hit somebody, in this film or in this version, it looks like they drove a car off the side of the hill or the mountain. And I don't know, and I would imagine since it's happening in the same town, it could very likely be the exact same mountain from the original film. So I mean, what are the odds of that both of these instances happen in the exact same place or general same place? All right, so let's continue. The Legacy sequel sinks in its hook into theaters on July 18th from Sony. We're not reading casting, and what do you know? There's a synopsis. So if just pretend that we're not even talking about this new film. When five friends inadvertently cause a deadly car accident, let's just replace that with hit somebody. They cover up their involvement and make a pact to keep it a secret rather than face the consequences. That sounds familiar. A year later, that sounds familiar. Their past comes back to haunt them, and they are forced to confront a horrifying truth. Someone knows what they did last summer and is hell-bent on revenge. Wow, 1997 all over again, except for just the car accident. I mean, technically it was a car accident, but they didn't drive a car off the road, but technically it would be probably considered a car accident. As one by one friends are stalked by a killer, yep, happened in 97, they discover this has happened before. We know, we saw the original film in, what, 1997. And they turn to two survivors of the legendary, what was it? Yep, the Southport Massacre of when? 1997 for help, of course. So, more casting. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get to the original I Know What You Did Last Summer producer returns to produce. Yeah, okay. So here's the poster. Here's the poster, everybody. Now, I like it. I like the post. And don't get me wrong, I like it because it's clean. That's why I like it. I mean, get rid of this red text here. Just literally have I know you last summer. Remove this down here, and all this little smaller white text in these corners. But that's very minute because you can barely see it unless you're really looking for it. Otherwise, it's a very clean poster. You guys know when it comes to movie posters, I like them very clean. Why are we doing this video and why are we talking about a poster? Is because why do we have these two on the forefront of this poster? We know they are not the main characters. We know they play minimal roles. Why do we know that? Because Freddie Prinze Jr. already came out and said in a podcast interview, and we covered that interview. The reason why we covered that interview, and I believe in the video that we did, we pulled up the podcast and actually watched the clip of him specifically saying, they are not the main characters. They are not the main story. They are literally in there just to provide a small piece of support, and that is it. That is all they're playing in here. Now, unless him coming out and saying that was just a way to trip people up as to their role in this film, to maybe get the audience to think they're really not in it as much as they are, which would seem kind of dumb, because if you're bringing two main characters back from both the original two films, if you're going to be in the film for a vast majority of it, you'd want to promote that. You'd want that out there, because with Jennifer Love Hewitt, with Julie James, in the trailer we only see a very small aspect of it, where even in this, if you looked how they're dressed, we don't believe they're together at all. They probably haven't been together for quite some time, because when she's approached, it appears she's at a university, potentially as a professor or giving a speech, when she's approached by, I believe, this girl here. I think it's either this girl here on the far right or this one right here in the center. Approaches her, and that's where Jennifer Love Hewitt gives the well, hey, do you know what you did last summer line. So I bring this up because I think this is bait and switch. I think this is like, let's put these two on the forefront of this poster to draw people in to think they're going to play a bigger role in this film than they're going to play. They're not going to be in it that long. Again, based on what he has said and based on what we've seen in the trailer. Again, unless all that is just to throw the audience off, which in my opinion would be dumb, you're only putting them up there to draw people in, with people thinking they're going to see these two characters play a predominant role in this film, and they're not going to. Very much like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When we found out that was finally going to happen and Sarah Michelle Gellar was coming back for it, everyone was excited for it. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. And then a week later, another article comes out and literally said guest starring. She's guest starring in it. She's not starring in it. And no one came back and picked up on that. And I thought myself, I covered it, and I thought that's a bait and switch. So many people were excited, one, that she was coming back after so many years of saying she wouldn't do it. And then a week later after that big announcement, they put out a very low-key announcement saying she's just coming back as a guest star, which tells me, again, she's going to play in a few minutes here and there, a few episodes here and there, but predominantly she's not going to be there. And I think that's very much going to be the case for this here. So why the fact you're putting them on the forefront of your poster, in my opinion, to trick people, to fool people into buying tickets to come in and see this, thinking they're going to see these two for a good portion of the film, when they're probably not going to. So anyways, that's why we're covering this. That's the horror news update for this poster. Will I see the film? Yes. Will I continue to dog on the film? Yes. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. If I'm not, I will say I told you so a little bit. So that's going to do it for this horror news update. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I completely off base? Am I blowing this out of proportion? Again, let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.